Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. And today's video we're going to describe a little bit the social effect of leftover women in China. So let's dive deep in what is actually the leftover woman means. A leftover woman is a Chinese term which means that a lady who is 27 years old. And most of the case that lady is unmarried. And nowadays in China there are so many women that are divorced, that are not married yet, and this is becoming a really serious problem, a social problem in China. But this problem, with time, we can notice that it has become less and less spoken. But the question we have to let people know is, do this problem already disappeared? So we will get to know that. Shenyu is considered to be a very negative word. In China, a woman's value is really related to her marriage situation. No matter how she achieves in other aspects of her life. If she's a businesswoman, she did some incredible things in her life, but her value is kind of related to a marriage situation. In that aspect, no matter how she achieves in her life, but socially, she's considered as a leftover woman, abandoned, unmarried. So this is actually a negative word that Chinese use, shenyu, as I said before. And most of the time, those women, they are looked down in society. So this situation can be regarded as a kind of discrimination for so many women in China. And most of the time, we can see that men and women are kind of unequal. When you come in China, you will see that women, when they are at a very young age, let's say in general, they are considered to be like a fruit in the market. So when they are younger, fresh, so many people, so many young, are ready to pay a lot of money to get them. But when they are becoming more and more older, no one is willing to pay for them. So this is actually a kind of social problem right now in China, but nobody is talking about this problem. Men in China will always prefer young girls. At the age of 22 and 33, a Chinese guy would prefer to marry a lady like in between those ages. But when the ladies are above, is really considered to be a leftover. You will see that there are so many arranged marriage in the market. Like there are some kind of advertisement where you see that people are coming actually to check if there is available ladies. So with all this pressure, most of the ladies get quickly into marriage because it's kind of social problem. Ladies, they are pressured by their own families and they want to get married. But most of the time, those married are 100% not marriage based only on the love, but it's when it's kind of arranged marriage, when you see that okay, it's fun, okay, he has a good job, okay, let me get in. Okay. Pressure that the ladies are facing are coming from the last generation. Most of the time, if you didn't get married at certain ages, as I said before in my previous video, there is an important party in China which we call they call it, I think, let's say the Spring Festival, which is actually the Chinese New Year. So during the Chinese New Year, you will see that those ladies who come without getting married, they will criticize them in front of everyone. Because as I said, in the Chinese culture, that is the very important party where everyone comes to participate, to spend quality time in family. So during that time, they will criticize you. Imagine how hard and difficult it sometimes can be for those ladies to really support those moments. Can you imagine? So I also added some in one of my videos. There are some ladies, they really borrow some guys just to represent them, to be like, okay, this is my guy, just to avoid this kind of pressure. So imagine, this is a big problem in China right now. That's kind of pressure. You see yourself like, okay, I am a leftover and no one wants me. There is one of the video that I really want to show you guys about one of my friends. He's also good in Chinese, but this video is in English. So you will see that the lady actually talks about the problem of one of her friends who was looking at herself like a leftover. So imagine, she was really sad, anxious, and she was like, no one wants me anymore, kind of stuff. Like, what? No, this is actually so difficult to even imagine. So let me first of all put the video and then we get back after, okay?
A cultural shock. I just finished talking to my Chinese friend. She's 30, I didn't know. She looks 20, that's why we are friends. But that's not the topic. She called me crying because she wanna go back to her ex, but her ex doesn't want her no more. And she's saying that no man can actually take her if it's not her ex because she's considered as leftover. 剩女. I was like, girl, what do you mean by 剩女? What do you mean by leftover? Because look at you. Bro, like, I'm speechless. She said in China, when you are over 25 and you are not married, you are considered as leftover. I just told her like, girl, 你要不要看看你自己在说什么？多喝热水吧，喝热水，喝热水吧。
This is actually a reality. You know, in China, when the lady is really younger, like they are so much picky in choosing the right person, the man. But when they come closer to the 27, that become a little bit so serious for them. In China, there are so many men than women. You can see that there are so many men that are not married, but that problem doesn't exist for men, only for ladies. Most of the time, we can also say that with the development of the society, we can see that so many ladies are more independent, they are more successful, they are even have high salary more than guys. We were talking one day with my professor, and he is not married yet, but his girlfriend has more money than him. So imagine. So this can also be kind of problem in China because of the development of society. Things are changing and women are becoming more successful. In China, the social position, if I can say that in that way, determine the position in family. So in that aspect, you will see that most of the time, for the guy who is rich, will not get married with someone who is not from his social category. Like, it won't match. He will prefer someone who's kind of having the same position. At the end, what can a leftover woman do to find an husband? There are some few options that you can just try to mention. In China, when a leftover woman, as they are considered to be, can just wait for the right person to come. But this is not always possible. Another option, they will also get married with someone who is not good as they expect. They kind of lower the expectation. For example, in the case where they get married with someone who has little money, so you know, in China it's kind of difficult. They will always have kind of pressure, social life pressure, you know, that will be difficult. They will be tired in the future. The other option is like getting married with someone who is more younger, but the problem is when the guy is getting older, he would prefer, when the lady is getting older, the guy would prefer some young ladies, and that would be a big problem in the marriage. And maybe the last option can be considered to be like someone who want to be single. There are more and more ladies who want to be single. Maybe most of the Chinese also like this option cannot be really considered like an option, because most of the Chinese ladies, they don't really consider getting married with foreigners. But this can be also another option for the Chinese, like if they want to just like not into the problem, they want to have kids, they will also consider getting married with foreigners, which is not really common in China. In China, there is this condition that, you know, it's really difficult to sometimes perceive. It's when it comes to babies. You know, most of the time they prefer boys than girls, and in that situation, you will see that they will. I heard someone saying that they used to kill girls when they know that, okay, this time they are having girls, they will kill until they have a boy. So that's why in most cases you will see that there are some men are more populated than the ladies because of that situation. And now I think in the hospital in China you won't see any more these problems, because they forbid to check the sex of a baby. You won't know, even for foreigners, they won't know if a baby is a boy or a girl. They won't know before the birth, because they don't want this problem to happen anymore when they come to kill or to abort a baby. The problem is still existing, And you know, with the time, we see that there are so many leftover women. With this situation, people think that it's now normal, but the problem still remains the same. We still have the same pressure, we still have the same condition of pressure. So I think this problem is even actually seen to be more and more celebrated in our society. And there is another problem, like in this current century, like this time, you can see that there are so many young guys, that I even said that in my French video, they don't want to get married anymore. They don't want to be into a marriage because they want to be alone. It's the same situation in Japan right now. There are so many guys that don't want to get married. So this situation actually is kind of difficult right now for ladies, which at a certain age considered to be leftover women. So there is another also possibility for those guys that are getting age. They are more and more getting old, that they prefer to get some ladies from Africa, from different countries in Asia, just to like to get married. For some time, you know, it's really difficult to get a lady in China. They prefer to go to lower their expectation, also to find someone who is even poor but younger. Can you imagine? So guys, we are at the end of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want more this kind of content in English, just let me know in the comment section, and we will know more about your idea about this problem. And let me know if you want to get a scholarship in China, you want to travel in China, just let me know. If you want to be guided in China when you travel in China, just let me know. I will be very happy to serve you. And yeah, this is my service, Twingson service, and just let me know in the comment, and talk to me, reach out to me, and I will be happy to serve you. So guys, see you in my next video.